Here's one of the last of the guns we picked up in Tulsa. This poor child needed a little bit of work, but it was a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoy it. Here we go. Hi there, Cycle Camp here again. Today we're out at the range and we're using one of the guns that we bought in Tulsa. I picked up a CZ452, the varmint model. When I got the gun, it had the barrel, the bolt, and the stock, and that was it. There was no trigger, no sear, no magazine pocket, all that stuff. And I've been, over the past few months, I've been gathering parts. A couple of them I had to make. My brother-in-law helped me make a couple of them. But today we're going to give it a shot. I also added a scope. It came with rings, but I also added a quick aim 3x9 scope to see if I could get it on. Now I'm only shooting it at 15 yards here on the pistol port. It's a 17 HM2, which is it's like an HMR, only it's based on a 22 long rifle instead of a 22 Magnum. So basically that's what's going on. Now what I've done so far is I pulled the bolt out of it, and I've been bore sighting it. I have bore sighted it, I should say. So I think I should at least be on paper. So let me go start the camera down by the target, and then we can take a look and see how this thing shoots. Okay, so what are we using for ammunition today? We're using Hornady 17 grain VMAX. Probably would have helped if I'd have done all of this before I started, but that's life. And we'll throw a few of them in there and see what happens. I've never shot a 17, so this ought to be kind of interesting. This chair is a little bit high. That's okay. Probably should have put the bolt in before I stuck the magazine in it. That's okay. Alright. See if we can come close. Ooh, I didn't get a fire. That sort of sucks. Not sure it actually picked up the round. Yeah, I got nothing on the round. No, it went off that time. Can't see the hole. Try another one, and then I'll go to the big scope. Up. In there. I may have to walk down. Well, no, I guess I won't. Looks like I'm right in the 10 ring. Wow. That's a pretty good job of bore sighting. These are very sweet to shoot. I mean, there's no recoil to them at all. Has a huge bull barrel on it. We'll throw the last. I always like to shoot 5. Okay, we're up. Yeah, I would say that shoots pretty good. Now, granted, that's only 15 yards, and I'm not really bench rested, and I'm just using the bench to support my elbow. But hopefully, the other camera picked up the target. If it didn't, when I edit the video, I'll bring the target home and do a zoom in on the target. So that was the CZ452, made in Czech Republic. This is a 452 2E ZKM, which is their varminter model. It is in .17 caliber HM2, and shoots pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it. So I guess I'll keep it, and one of these days when it's not quite so hot and sweltery out, I will take it and put it out on the rifle range that's behind us. Unfortunately, there's no cover out there, so you're baking the whole time you're shooting. Okay, here's the CZ. I wanted to show it to you, basically what I had to do to it. This is the firearm itself. You see it has a fairly heavy bull barrel, because when you consider it's only 0.17 inches bore diameter. This is the little AO 7 9 scope I put on it. Interesting scope in that it has a parallax compensator on it that goes out to 200 yards, which is pretty neat. I've already loosened the screw that holds the action in. Let's take the action apart. And what I had to do to this was all of these components. I'm going to bring the camera down. Camera tried to commit suicide by jumping off. Okay, so these are the components that I had to add. So the bolt was already here, as were the 2 scope mounts. But all of the stuff that's in here and underneath this that you can't see, including this pin, which by the way has to be machined to the correct size. This does your trigger adjustment. So the trigger, this is the sear. There's another piece back here. There's a saddle under this mess, and then this magazine well, as well as the spring that hooks it all together and allows the magazine to go in and out like that. Pop out. All of that stuff had to be added to the firearm. CZ had most of the parts, but not all of them. And there was like this pin that goes in here, for instance, they didn't have. So we took a roll pin and we actually cut it down to size both ways, the width and the diameter, and 1 or 2 other little things that we had to do to make this work. But overall, it was a lot of fun. It's a great little gun. It's only got one little bad spot on it, and that is, well, there were 2 bad spots. Right here, there's some wood missing, but it does not affect the function of the gun. This just chipped off and damaged in storage. This one here, you can't see it from the other side, but you can see it here. This chipped off, but I was able to successfully re-glue it, and it doesn't really show up too terribly badly. You know, it's there. You can see the crack, but it's there. But neither one of those affects the usage of the gun at all. So it was a lot of fun, and I'm glad I picked it up and worked out well. And hope you enjoyed seeing it. Well, hope you enjoyed it. Have a fun day, and thanks a lot for watching.